Next up, we have Stephanie.
Hi, it says hello there. So I'm Stephanie, and I was invited by P5JS and Lauren to come and speak. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about my personal experience because I am a woman of color in tech. This is me here, really young. This is my family. I'm what people would consider an atypical developer. I didn't have a CS degree. I actually only started developing 8 months ago. I'm a Latina, so that means that I am 1 in 3% of developers that are out there working in the field. And I'm the first college grad in my family, and I failed 10th grade math. So I didn't have any of the things that people need to become developers. But things happened, and I will tell you about these things now, and I did become one. So this is sort of a rough sketch of who I am in some professional capacity and who I have been. So I've been a lot of things, including a delivery driver, a library clerk, and then most recently, I was a teacher, a curriculum developer, and now a software development engineer intern. In 2011, I got my master's in linguistics, and that was a really exciting time, except that when you have a master's in linguistics, it's really hard to find a job. So after that, I became an adjunct, because that's what you do. So I became an adjunct. I really loved it. I had awesome students. One of my students actually crowdfunded my way here to Pittsburgh, so that was awesome. I guess I did a good job. And then after that, I became a curriculum developer because I did have student loans and things to take care of. And this job was inside of the tech space, but not in a tech capacity. So I worked hand in hand with developers, and I kind of started to see what these people were doing. And I thought, well, that seems kind of cool, but like I failed 10th grade math, so like I could never be a developer. And of course, this was at a startup, so there was that tech culture that is endemic to startups, like the programmer culture. So that wasn't super cool, but I was still like, man, I wish that I had been born a boy so that I could be a developer and that I didn't fail 10th grade math and all of these things. So last fall, in a twist of fate, I became a student again. I was accepted into an all-women's tech school called Ada Developers Academy. It's based out of Seattle, and it's tuition-free, and its goal is to diversify tech, at least through gender. And I got accepted, which was crazy. That was like a stroke of luck. And today, I'm a developer in training at Amazon, so I intern with them. And I'll be graduating that program in August, and I will be the first Latina to graduate that program. So how did this happen? I visited ITP in 2013, completely random. I was visiting New York, and I got to see people who were coding who did not look like the people at my startup, who did not act like the people at my startup. It was a very different program, obviously a lot of artists. So that was really interesting to me, and I was like, oh, like, these are atypical developers. Like, maybe I could be an atypical developer. So I applied to this program, got accepted, which was a crazy stroke of luck again. And this is what I consider my success pyramid for how it happened and how it ended up happening for a lot of other women of color who have been to similar programs that I have. And it's that we had mentorship, so we had people that we looked up to that were in the field that could help us, and we had a lot of luck, which is an unfortunate thing to have to need to become a developer. It's not like, you know, when you go to Carnegie Mellon's webpage to apply to a CS degree, it doesn't say you need luck, but for some people, like, that's actually what it takes. And then hard work, and hard work should be the same for everyone. It shouldn't differ based on like race, based on gender. So I'm here at P5JS because I want a success pyramid to look more like this. I want access to be the first thing that is really required, and I want access to be available to everyone, including like people like snarky 7-year-old Stephanie. And mentorship should still be important, and mentorship should come from people that look like snarky 7-year-old Stephanie. It should look like people, from people who look like me, or people that are marginalized, so that you feel like, oh, well, I don't need to be startup programmer to make it. I can look like something else. And hard work is important, and again, it should be the same for everyone. So this is sort of the story of how things happened, and I'm really glad that I had all those other experiences, because I still am a lot of the things that I was before. I'm still an activist, I'm still a teacher, I still do curriculum design, but now in the capacity of tech, so I feel like I'm able to reach a lot more people. So that's my story. Thank you.